Once upon a time, during the summer holidays, a young boy visited his grandfather in the countryside. The boy loved spending time with his grandpa, playing games, and listening to his fascinating stories. One evening, as the sun was setting, the boy turned to his grandfather and asked, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be brave and strong. Can you teach me how to be courageous?" The grandfather smiled and said, "Of course, my dear. Let me show you something." He took the boy to a nearby stream where he had placed two different fish tanks side by side. One tank had a small, brightly colored fish swimming in clear water, while the other was filled with murky water and housed a larger, dull-colored fish. "These two fish have lived in these tanks for a while now," the grandfather explained. "What do you think about them?" The boy observed the fish carefully and said, "The fish in the clear water looks happier and safer. It must be better off than the one in the murky water." The grandfather nodded and said, "Let's see what happens when we change their environments." He then transferred the small fish to the murky water and the larger fish to the clear water. "Let's come back in a few days and see how they are doing," the grandfather suggested. The boy agreed, though he was worried about the small fish. Days passed, and the boy returned with his grandfather to the stream. To his surprise, the small fish in the murky water had grown bigger and its colors had faded slightly, while the large fish in the clear water had become sluggish and dull. "Grandpa, why did this happen?" the boy asked, puzzled. "The fish in the clear water was comfortable and safe, but did not grow strong because it faced no challenges," the grandfather explained. "The fish in the murky water had to adapt and become stronger to survive in its harsh environment. This is why it grew bigger and tougher." The grandfather then took the boy back to the house and said, "Remember, my dear, courage is not about living a life without difficulties. It's about facing challenges head-on and growing stronger from them. Just like the fish in the murky water, you too can become brave and resilient by embracing and overcoming the obstacles in your life." The boy thought about his grandfather's words and realized that true strength and bravery come from facing and conquering life's challenges. He felt inspired and ready to tackle any difficulties that came his way. From that day forward, the boy always remembered his grandfather's lesson. He welcomed challenges and grew stronger with each one, knowing that every obstacle was an opportunity to become braver and more resilient. And so, the boy's summer holidays were filled with adventures and valuable lessons, each one helping him to grow into the courageous and strong person he always wanted to be.